guys, today I want to talk to you a little bit about something that was really scary for both Jason and I. It was really hard and there's some intense parts, but I thought it was important to share it with you guys. Hey guys, today I'm going to tell you about some really scary stuff that happened to us during this pregnancy. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to our channel so that you can see more pregnancy updates. And like our channel if you like it. Also, leave me a comment and let me know if you've had anything similar happen to you in your pregnancy and what your experience was. When I was 11 weeks pregnant, I had some friends come over to drop their kids off in the morning, and we were sitting on the couch chatting. One of them brought one little boy and the other one brought 3 little girls. And I was going to be babysitting for a couple hours for each of them. After they left, I got up and was playing with the kids for a few minutes, and then I came into the kitchen and some of the kids were in here talking to me, and I was standing right about here when I felt like I started leaking. And I thought, is this pregnancy related? I'm not sure. So I left the kitchen and I went into the bathroom. What you got there, Logan?
Batman key.
Batman! Oh, and she's got the mask for you.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be Darth
Oh.
Vader.
Tricked ya. He's gonna be Darth Vader. What?
Dun, 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 dun. Yoo-hoo!
Ooh, a Santa hat. We got a Hulk fist.
And another
Hulk smash, smash!
Look at this.
What the? Oh man! Oh. Fist bump. Have courage. This one has courage. What you got in your bag?
Susie sheep. Ooh, there's my bunny ears.
Susie sheep.
These are my bunny ears.
Let's see who's in here. Who's this one?
Susie.
That's not Susie. That's Peppa.
I was looking for this zombie mask.
Oh, look at that. You got a zombie mask too. You went from
this one was from
Santa Claus to zombie.
This one we got from the store, and I wore it for Halloween, but the costume Mama got rid of because it was broken.
Yeah, it broke, huh? Easter bunnies and a zombie. It was here in the bathroom when I saw that I was bleeding. And it wasn't a crazy amount of blood, but it was really bright red. So I took a picture and I thought, what am I going to do with this? Should I call my doctor? What should I do? It didn't seem to be continuing. So I thought, well, maybe it's nothing. I didn't want to worry Jason. He was at work. Instead I called both of my sisters and neither of them answered, and I called my mom and she didn't answer either. At that point I thought, okay, I need some moral support. I just need to know what to do here, and I need some backup. So I called Jason, and I was really worried about worrying him if it was nothing. I sent him the picture and talked to him, and he and I both agreed maybe it's nothing, but I should probably call the doctor just to get an appointment. So I came out here into my bedroom and I called the doctor. I left a message for the nurses to please call me back, and I let them know that I had started bleeding, how far along I was, and didn't know whether I should come in or what I should do from here. I was waiting for a phone call back and still feeling pretty anxious. So at that point I called my dad and I started crying. And I let him know what was happening and that I was really worried, and asked if he could have my mom call me because I really needed a female to talk to.
Hop little bunnies, hop, 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 hop little bunnies, hop, 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 hop little bunnies, hop, hop, hop little bunnies, hop, and stop. Look at little Amy's bunny tail.
Bunny!
Daddy sees Hannah the bunny.
Yeah.
Show Daddy how you're a bunny.
Bunny, bunny, hop, hop, hop.
Hop, hop, bunny, hop, hop. Look at you, Flyer.
But when I do it, I go faster, so my keep goes higher.
Really?
Yeah. See? Because I'm heavy.
Whoa.
I'm really fast.
You are.
You can see me.
Came back out here into the living room to play with the kids for a little while, and I started gushing more. And it wasn't crazy amounts, but I was definitely bleeding again. I called Jason, I told him what was happening, and he said he would be right home. I was feeling really scared at this point, and was really scared that I was losing the baby. So I went back into my bedroom.
So I'm rushing home as quickly as I possibly can. I don't even know if I told my boss I was leaving. I just said to our receptionist there, hey, I gotta go. I think my wife is losing the baby. And the thoughts that go through your mind in this situation it's just, I didn't even know what to think, but I was preparing for the worst. I'm pretty sure I had, at one point I had a cop following me, and I was very worried that I was gonna get pulled over because I'm pretty sure I was speeding, but he didn't pull me over.
I came back in here into my bedroom because I wanted to not have the kids hear everything that was happening, especially if there were 7 kids in the house, and I was worried about how they were going to react to what was happening. Then my mom called, and I lost it. I started bawling my eyes out and telling her what was happening, that I was really scared. And while I was on the phone with her, the doctor's office called. So I just merged them both so that I could keep my mom on the phone for moral support. I let the nurse know what was happening. She asked how many pads I'd soaked through, and I said, well, I've just been wearing one. I put one on at the beginning. And she said, it doesn't sound like it's an emergency, but we should see you today. I was supposed to come in 2 hours. I thought Jason could come home and be with all these kids, and I could go in. I told her that sounded great. I hung up the phone, and within a minute, I started bleeding a lot. I had to immediately leave the bedroom and run to the bathroom.
We're gonna hop over to Shields, do a little bit of shopping. The kids wanted to be like Daddy apparently and wear their hats. We're looking at socks, huh?
I think that guy right there is watching.
That guy right there?
Headless.
Oh man, he is headless, isn't he? Socks.
Here in the bathroom, I was really gushing blood. I soaked through one pad, and it was all the way through the pad, through my underwear, through my pants. It was all over. I still had my mom on the phone. I'd put her on speaker, and I was bawling. I started crying. I lost it, and I just kept saying, Mom, I don't want to lose this baby. I don't want to lose this baby. She started crying too. And I knew I needed to call Jason, so I told her I needed to get off the phone. And I stayed right here in the bathroom, afraid to get up off the toilet because of how much I was bleeding. And I called Jason. I told him what happened. Meanwhile, I'm feeling like a terrible babysitter. Kids are outside, and I've closed the bathroom door because I don't want them to come in here and see what's happening.
Now here I was at home in front of our apartment complex and sort of had to mentally prepare myself for what might be going on upstairs. Get in, run up the stairs as quickly as I possibly can. Here I am home. What are you doing? Hey. You guys having fun?
Yeah.
Playing at the mall? Mm-hmm. All this fun play equipment over here.
There's even a car. You can get on the front of it. There's a slide.
You want to go play on the other one? Those ones you have to pay for.
No, I just want to pretend to be driving.
You want to pretend to play on them. I see.
Jason came home, and this is where he found me. He was crying, and I was feeling really scared. I was sure we had lost the baby.
Well, what else do you think in that sort of situation?
12 weeks pregnant, and I was just bleeding profusely. So I got a new pad on, and Jason helped me into the bedroom.
I basically said, we're going to the hospital. Obviously, Julie had been watching the kids, but on the way home, I had called or texted my brother and his wife and said, I know that you guys are busy because they were doing a conference call at the time, but we need help. So please come over to our house as quickly as possible. Probably less than 10 minutes after I showed up, Nicole showed up, and
she was really sweet. She came in, gave me a big hug, told me that we should go. We said goodbye to the kids. I took some extra pads because I was still bleeding quite a bit. At this point, it seems like it had been happening over a long time, but it wasn't. It was actually really fast. From the time I started bleeding to the time I got to the hospital was about an hour. I bled through 2 pads in that first 45 minutes.
It's crazy how your brain records every single little detail when your adrenaline's going like that, and you're just so worried about what's happening. You just remember everything as if it was a lot longer period of time. We got to the hospital. They checked us into a room. It seems like it takes forever when you're going through the ER, and they've got to go through all the, logging in the computer and walking all the way back there, and they seem to be just taking their time.
I remember actually thinking at the time there was another man right there who was having chest pain, and that there was only one woman checking everyone in.
Right.
So he had to wait in line, and I was just thinking like, man, this is an emergency room. Like, we shouldn't have to be like waiting in this super long line.
I don't think you fit anymore. What do these buttons do?
I don't know.
Guys, who's gonna do this? I guess I'll have to do it.
Bob the Builder.
Beep beep. Thanks. This car's got ice from Bob the Builder.
It does have eyes, huh?
In the hospital room, I was still bleeding. The doctor came in, introduced himself. Dr.
Butts.
Butts. A little comedy for that situation. He told us that what they were going to do is going to take some blood tests and see what my blood levels were, and that we were going to get an ultrasound. First, they came in and brought me in for the ultrasound. Jason said to me on the way, the baby probably wasn't there anymore.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you think in a situation like this? There's so much bleeding. We were pretty much assuming that we were going to do the ultrasound and see that the baby had passed away.
Right. Right.
Went back to the ultrasound, and of course, as we're doing it, they're not really telling us much.
No, they did a quick scan and moved around, and then they said,
there's the baby's heartbeat.
There's your baby's heartbeat. And we were just like, we were both shocked.
Biggest relief
totally shocked
ever. It was shocking. It really was. There it was. We were watching the baby just fine. And they told us that the baby's heartbeat was just where it should be. I don't know how many beats per minute it was, but it was strong and steady, and everything looked great.
Then why am I bleeding?
What is
like, I'm
going
still
on?
bleeding.
This is crazy.
While I was even there at the hospital, I went to the bathroom again, and
More blood.
more, and it was even like soaked through my underwear again, and I mean there was tons. So I'm thinking, but something's wrong. Hannah, what are you doing? Your dress is on inside out. Can I help you? Where is it? Can I help you?
No, Daddy.
You want Daddy to help you?
No, Mom.
You want Mama to help you?
Yeah.
Are you grumpy today?
No, says happy.
You're happy today. You sound like it. What do we have going on here? Winter boots, shorts, sleeveless dress. Can I help you? Can I help? help? No. Are you sad? You're not? What are you feeling? Are you feeling sad?
No.
Are you feeling happy?
No. Dad.
You're sad. Hannah is sad because her dress won't work. Can Mama help you with your dress?
No.
Can Mama put the dress on for you?
No.
What can Mama do?
Be butt.
Play with blocks? Then they sent in someone to run the lab tests, and we just sat there waiting.
Eventually, the doctor did come in and tell us that it was a subchorionic hematoma.
Yeah.
At the time, never heard of it.
No
Who
idea
knows
what
the
that
heck
meant.
that is. Guess what? Lo and behold, the doctor doesn't know what that is.
Not really. He knew it
He's
was
an ER
some
doctor.
sort of hemorrhage, hematoma
Right.
thing.
There's bleeding.
Blood clot.
That's what it is.
But he told me I'd have to call an OBGYN
Yeah,
to figure
he
out
wasn't-
exactly what to do about it.
It wasn't his area of expertise, basically. And that's
Right.
fine. He gave us the information. He was very kind and helpful. We found out from the doctor what we could. He told us what it was and basically said, go home. That's all you can really do. And talk to your OBGYN.
I continued to bleed for 11 weeks.
Not nearly as badly as it was, obviously. It was just
No.
a little bit here and there, mostly.
A couple times we had more, filled up a pad fairly quickly,
Kind of
but
scary again, but not nearly as bad as it was
No.
that first day. The doctor told us that there was nothing we could do about it.
I didn't go on bed rest, but I did have a lot more ultrasounds. I had ultrasounds every 2 weeks, and every 2 weeks they told me that the hematoma was growing. It wasn't near my placenta, so they said that it shouldn't be anything to really worry about. But every time I went in, they said it was getting bigger, it was getting bigger, it was getting bigger. Finally, at the 20-week ultrasound, they said that it had started shrinking.
Yeah, big relief.
It was a huge relief. Initially, the size of it was bigger than the size of the baby.
Yeah.
And for a very long time, it was bigger than the baby. The bleeding stopped, and the baby's been healthy.
The baby probably hasn't even noticed any of this was happening the whole time. It seems like
Right.
she's been perfectly healthy.
She's been growing right on schedule, and I actually have another ultrasound this upcoming week to check on it one more time. I haven't had an ultrasound since my 20 week, and I'm 28 weeks.
Probably one of the most stressful things that we've ever been through.
At least during pregnancy, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
That was really scary.
It was rough. And we're glad that it's continued to get better. Julie never did go on bed rest.
No.
We just kind of took it easy a little bit. I tried to make sure that she didn't have to do too much lifting and things like that.
Thanks for joining us today, guys, and following along on our pregnancy updates. I'll keep you guys updated on the second half of this pregnancy. Hopefully it goes a lot better than the first half did. I really appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for watching. Have a colossal day.